Today, umbrellas are so ordinary that we hardly think twice about carrying one. Yet in the 18th century, using an umbrella in England could make you a laughingstock. What we now consider a practical tool was once viewed as laughably unmanly. And the story of how it overcame ridicule to become a necessity reveals much about fashion, masculinity, and social change. Umbrellas themselves were not new. Versions had existed for centuries in China, India, and the Middle East, often as symbols of rank or luxury. They spread through Europe in the Renaissance, where they were seen as fashionable accessories for women. But in 18th century England, the umbrella had a very different reputation. Men considered it effeminate, foreign, and unnecessary. A true English gentleman, it was said, should not fear the weather. If it rained, he should endure it or summon a coach. To hide beneath a parasol-like contraption was considered ridiculous. Enter Jonas Hanway, an eccentric philanthropist and writer. Around the 1750s, Hanway began using a personal umbrella on the streets of London. The sight caused an uproar. Crowds jeered at him, and coach drivers who saw umbrellas as a threat to their business pelted him with insults. He became known as the man with the umbrella, mocked wherever he went. Yet Hanway was undeterred. Rain or shine, he carried on, insisting on the practicality of staying dry. At first, few followed his example. Men feared the ridicule, and the association of umbrellas with women's parasols persisted. But gradually, practicality eroded prejudice. London's constant rain made umbrellas an obvious convenience, and by the early 19th century, their reputation began to change. They were redesigned with sturdier frames and darker fabrics, making them appear less decorative and more masculine. The association shifted from ridicule to respectability. By the mid-19th century, the umbrella had become a universal accessory. It's no longer unmanly. It was a mark of preparedness and even dignity. Gentlemen carried them proudly, and women did too. The transformation was so complete that the ridicule of earlier generations was almost forgotten. The story of the umbrella's acceptance is more than a quirky footnote in fashion history. It illustrates how cultural norms define what is masculine, or feminine, and how those definitions can shift dramatically. Something once mocked as weak became a symbol of prudence. Jonas Hanway's persistence, in the face of years of jeers, helped pave the way for a small revolution in everyday life. Today, the umbrella is so common we rarely consider its history. But its journey from ridicule to respect reminds us that practicality often triumphs over prejudice, that even the simplest objects can carry surprising cultural baggage.